Welcome back to Stasis, Geek, Star Wars. Born from George Lucas, from his love, in part, because of matinee shows like Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers. These family-friendly adventures made for children, but just fun adventures. Yeah. Now, I'm at an age when I was too young to go and see the originals. Yeah. And I was at an age just getting out of my teens when the prequels came out. But they were still fun. Those 6 movies were fun. Now, if you jump forward into Disney Star Wars, not Lucasfilm, Disney Star Wars, what have we been told? If you was at an age group of 60, 50, 40, 30 even, and you had a complaint, a lot of the shout downs were, you don't know what you're talking about. These are made for kids. These are children's TVs, films. That's interesting. Made for children. Okay, let's put that in part, that you can like anything, that is a cartoon or made for kids. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. But it's made for children. That has been what has been spoken. A lot of the shouts down that if you're 60 and you didn't like the sequels or, some of the Rebels, let's say, they're made for children. Go away. You need to go back into your little den and stop investing in Star Wars because it's not made for you anymore. So it's made for kids. Okay. Let's live with that. What is this article? What has been found out about The Acolyte? Leslye Headland. Yeah, she's running that show. Now I'm just going to break off slightly to the left here. And I'm going to talk about Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller should be in jail. If everybody rightly so saw what he did and went, of course, you got to let off lightly. Literally, you know something. You've got that little black book or you've got a recording. Something's not right here. Now, I know people who've done PA work. Personal assistants to people who think they're better than they are. Especially like in the fashion world or other high profile jobs. You get, I've just been making coffee all day. They go and get me to get the tailors. They get me to just do errands out of errands. Some of the errands shouldn't be done. They're like errands, getting stuff that shouldn't be got. But they're in these jobs and they hear and see everything. They get involved. Can you set up this meeting? Can you get this room ready? Can you book this hotel room? Remember that? Because Leslye Headland was a PA to who? Ooh, yes, everybody knows. So now what's coming up? She's got The Acolyte. That's weird in itself. How she's got this show. But now, a franchise that is made for kids. Now, Andor broke the mold with that by having a kind of, I suppose, a strip joint in their first episode. Never heard of again. A bit of a weird scene. But now what's happening? The Acolyte. Now, I can't put my hands up and I found this. This has to go apparently to OG Star Wars for finding this out. For there's going to be a coordinator on set. A coordinator for what? For the sex scene that's going to happen in The Acolyte. Now, it's already started online. You've got the weirdos. And you are weird because this is made for kids. Yay! It's happening at last. We get to see X, Y, and Z. Now, it doesn't say what this is for. Yeah? But we've got the weirdos clapping that this is going to be the first non-binary sex scene with XYZ people doing something. Now, it might not be. It could be 2 green people until they're CGI'd and then they're 2 aliens. We don't know. They could be 2 giant hamsters having sex. But this sex coordinator is there to make sure, that the person who was the PA who's directing this got his coordinator in to make sure the touchy is appropriate for the scene. Now, The weirdos again are going, this is going to be the greatest, sex scene ever. We need this in Star Wars. This made for kids that they were shouting about. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, I don't care about this show. It's been told to us over and over again. This is going to be woke. They've even said it. If you do not like what we're going to narrative on this, don't watch it. It's not for you because you're too old, and it's made for a different generation. It's made for that High Republic generation on those book sales that weren't selling. That was an absolute flop. Go and see your numbers yourself. They are not selling. So they've gone with The Acolyte. Now, if they do a sex scene, why is it there? It's not talking about the Force. It's not talking about how the Sith work. Not talking about how the Jedi work. And I'm sure it's not incorporating how the High Republic came or fell to into the timeline. It's not there. So why would there be a meaning to this? Yeah? If you were going to do it, well, this shows that they were born. Let's say it's the lead character. This is how they, were conceived. What? You don't need to see that. If they have a relationship, okay, you just need to know they're in a relationship. If it's a side character, they're putting the message in because it is not needed in Star Wars. There is no need for this. Now, I don't want to hear this is made for a modern audience. This is not. This is apparently, as you have been saying, the weirdos out there who's been shouting down everyone because it's supposed to be this, that, this. This is made for children. No, it's there to put that psychological message in. Put something right in the back. Oh, that's how the world's supposed to be because it's set modern in Star Wars. Now, if I can guarantee, if everybody who loved the prequels and Anakin started getting it on, that would have been weird. There was no need for it because that relationship was already there. So, what are they doing? Now, it's weird that this person has to be on set for all of the 8 episodes. Is it going to be like sex in space? Now, this is bizarre because you could say, well, it might just be a kiss. They are only there, and this is from their website, if it's involving nudity or simulated sex. It's made for children, remember? This love of Star Wars is dying. Disney, you're killing it. And you're killing it quickly. Now this, if you take out what's going to be portrayed in this Acolyte, it's going to be, okay, it's going to be woke. That's a tick. They've said it already. Yeah, so it's going to have that message. But this is set before everything we know. Everything we love. The law's gone because of this show. So they can change everything we love about Star Wars. And I think they're going to. I think this is going to be a dumpster fire what is going to end a lot of people's watching a Star Wars. Now, it's been shown by the numbers for The Mandalorian. It's got the lowest ever. They only say 3 seasons, but it got 1.5 million opening. Okay, that's hardcore. That's the people I need to see everything Star Wars. It's not the ones that are casual viewers because they would have seen 1, 2, and then maybe pop in for free. Okay, so let's drop that. What happens if Star Wars goes below 1 million? 1 million for a opening of a Star Wars project. They've killed that franchise. There are more. This franchise should be pulling in 3 million Easy, with no question of a doubt. And it's not. So why is that? Because if it's helping you portray on Twitter that you're a bit of a weirdo, well done. But you're losing everything. And this will just get lower budget until it just dies and dies. And it will just end up just being the odd animated show. It might be better just with the odd animated show at the present time, because everything they're doing isn't looking good. But this needs to be halted. This is an absolutely disgusting play by Disney. How anybody in that stupid writer's room, again, feces on a wall, what should we do? This has been headed up, one, by a person that should be somewhere and shouldn't be on set. But the writer's room went, let's do it. Let's have our first sex scene in Star Wars. And got really excited over it. Must have. Because there was no way you went, this is integral to the plot. Because it doesn't. Because it's Star Wars. Because your first instance is, this is a fun adventure. Family friendly. That's why they've got a universal rating of the movies up to Revenge of the Sith. If you go away from it, you're going to lose a lot of people. Because, let's say it is a bit of a weird wokeism on it. A weird alien crossbreed. Don't know what's going on. And you, as a parent, kind of turn on and your 8-year-old kid is watching this. Off. You're not watching that ever again. You're never watching Star Wars again. Because what is that? And it's terrible because as an 8-year-old, you had the 3 movies. Yeah? And I loved them. And I would watch them over and over again. And I remember that fun I had of that family adventure. Now, what is this? Are you now playing to what mob? The 18 plus mob? Well, then it's not a family friendly franchise anymore in the moment. It's now this moment of nudity and simulated sex that Disney want to portray to us in this woke acolyte. This disgusting thing that should not be shown now. And I'm going to say that. I might review it, but I won't watch it. This is one and done. If it goes out there. This is look at what we done. We empowered everyone by having our first alien gay sex scene with a pans, trans, straight person orgy. Whatever they're doing, it shouldn't be done in Star Wars. This is terrible because you're going to get the 8-year-old kid who loves Star Wars, maybe loves the sequels, but their love has probably been brought up by their parent, their uncle, their auntie, their cousin, you know, somebody slightly older who's gone, you've got to watch this, sit down and find out who Darth Vader is. Now what we get is they're going to turn over to nudity and simulated sex. Do you really need to address this, Disney? Because this is not right. If you're letting the showrunner do this because they've got that recording of something, well, shame on you, because this is shameful. If this has any part of nudity and simulated sex, shame. It's going to, you've destroyed a part of a franchise that's, well, if you part of that franchise that you tried to build, the High Republic, that is dying. It's dying. And then you go, oh, let's invigorate it by putting a show onto it so people buy the books. And then you do this. I don't know who it's supposed to draw in, because it's not Sith related. It's not Jedi related. It's not world building. It's not force building. It's playing to your perverted mind. And I find it quite disgusting. And, well, we'll have to see. But well done, OG Star Wars, for finding this out. A little hidden, apparently. Well done. Little investigation work. But we're going to have to see. But this, everything, every little bit of news about this show, it gets worse and worse and worse. Because it's not a Star Wars show. It's a political ideology show. It's a narrative that Disney want to give. Because you can't say Disney is Hollywood. Because they just sit in their own little bubble now. They're playing with something that is fire upon fire. And let's put some fat on it as well. It's disgusting. There's my comments. I'd like you to give your comments if you think the show's going to be amazing. And you're happy for it. You're happy to have that for kids. But let us know in your comments. And give us a like if you want to like. That rant is over. And as always, Stasis Geek out.